Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Philadelphia Eagles. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a
okay, ready?
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Second and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to get him for a loss of about 3. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go,
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He may try and run for this. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st. Back to throw. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw here. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll set up to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Here we go. Mike,
now back to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
big stop, G.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll set up a throw. Being chased out left. And he connects with Ebron. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Let's go.
A huge play that time for the Colts. 41 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. And it is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 6. Dancing to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
He'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Cooper was the target there. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Look at me, zipper.
What's the run? It's south, baby. That's baby south.
Let's go.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's fielded at the 45. 6-0 our score after 1. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going long here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 19. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They'll run it. It's Mack. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hey, echo.
4 down. 31's the fight.
Down.
He'll look to throw. And it is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Come on now.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mack. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Hey, boys, you got 4 down.
2nd and 3. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arthega-Whiteside His first touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Away and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Switch it, switch it. 54 Mike.
He'll look to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deeper. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going long here for Wallace. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll run on 1st down. Thomas. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Thomas. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. On 3rd down. It's Thomas. Big hold of the 30. And he's He's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Let's get off the field.
Get it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Go.
And he's got it. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 3 yards out. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Game situation. Let's go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Right there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
That's a run. They're up. Mike 54. Mike 54. Ricky.
Back to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's third down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. Returnable for Thomas. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a first and 10.
Let's go, let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Watch the safety creep.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Going for the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on first and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of the coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 22 yards there, a first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 48-yard line. A run for Nick Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Let's go.
They go with Chubb on second down. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
Check the hot read. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. It's a party now. It's a party now. New mic 52. Mic 52.
They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Let's go. 50,
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Go. Ready?
On first down, Thomas. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 29-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. This is Thomas. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 10 more there and another first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. No. Hatchet. 53's the mic.
Hey, zoom.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
On second down now, it's Thomas. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Stonewalled on second down. Now let's see what they can do on third and goal from the 2.
Look at me. Go. Now.
Looking to run with Mack. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw. They'll try to set up the screen. It's complete. A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Buying time to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Forced out to his left. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. They'll try and throw for it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tried to roll out and make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Hey, pick your game up.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thomas. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Mike's 50. All day, dog.
They'll keep it on the ground. Thomas. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw, and he connects with Ertz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments.
Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They set up the screen to Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. 2nd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 23 yards on the play. To throw now on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. That one covers 29 yards. First down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Watch 52. 52's the mic. Watch twist.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got this down to the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10. Be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He'll look to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
Well, the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards. He'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Eagles, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.
The young credit.